we only got 2 of us and 3 rods hooked up. What a fish. You just can't go out to these places regularly unless you're flying out there.
What a fish, we had a triple header.
What a fish. Oh man, what a place. How good's this? So the very first time we went to one of these isolated reefs, it was actually Cato Reef. It was a couple of 100 miles offshore. Amazing trip, fishing was incredible. We're coming back thinking, all right, how do we do this in a way that it's actually repeatable and accessible to people? And this crazy idea popped up of, well, hey, we need to set up a mothership and float planes and boats, and imagine if you could park all that out there and fly people in. And if we were just talking nonsense, thinking, oh, there's no way you could do this. And the idea kind of stuck in my head and got back in, and a couple of weeks later I'm like, oh, I wonder if a float plane could actually do this. Like, is it even possible? And then you start researching, like, oh, it is possible. All right, well, it just kind of blew up from there. It took a long time, but you know, we ended up building Odyssey, the charter boat. We built avgas jet fuel tanks into the boat so that we could actually land the float plane and get people to these amazing locations. And that was really also that we could repeat that experience. It's just so far, the weather's generally challenging. You just can't go out to these places regularly unless you're flying out there.
You know, I had met Damon, this guy in his mid-20s, right? And things work out, so I'm gonna go to work with Nomad. And he's just mentioning that, well, we're gonna change ships and this and that. And I'm supposed to go up, drive up and meet him in Kansas. So I get to the shipyard, and here's this enormous cat, this big aluminum cat, Odyssey. And I get out of the car, and I'm just in shock, you know. And then the other thing I was in shock about is that we were supposed to leave shortly, right? And there's stuff everywhere, you know, and I'm looking, and then there's no one around. I just climb up on the boat. There's a ladder, and Damon's hunched over a galley table. And there's wires running everywhere. The ceiling's not in. There's some guys working on things. I'm going, wow, you know. And he just sort of looks up at me with these bloodshot eyes, doesn't say anything, and goes back to his paperwork. And I'm just going, okay, I get it. So the essence of Nomad sport fishing back then, actually, it was unprecedented. Nothing like that had ever been done. And so we have this Cessna Caravan flying people out. It's at the limit of its fuel range and dropping like 10 anglers to the boat and taking 10 anglers back off. And their minds were already blown by the time they're stepping on the mothership. And then they exit minutes later, literally, you know, on their skiffs, and they're out there fishing, and they're seeing mind-boggling fishing that they've never done before. You know, it was beyond a dream come true for anybody who's been interested in guiding. I'm still a guide right now, and nothing can compare to those days out in the Coral Sea. No way.
So I first met Scott when he arrived in Australia on a sailboat. He just spent 5 years cruising around the Pacific with his family. Met him, got along like a house on fire. He came on the first lot of charters that we did with the mothership and the seaplane, first trips out into the Coral Sea. He's just been such a pivotal part of implementing professionalism in the charter operation and knowledge, and it was just amazing to be able to have him come out and share time on the water with him again. Well, another beautiful day out here, into it and ready to go. Like you just said, we're just going over the other side of the reef. Hopefully a few wahoo and yellowfin. Yeah, it's very, very close, but yeah, beautiful weather. Can't ask for anything better, really. It's been pretty good, and I think
fish are swarming.
They really are. Their hopefully first pass over this wahoo spot this morning should be very, very interesting, and then we'll head out a little wider and see if we can find a bigger yellowfin. It was a little tragic the other day. We got that really nice yellowfin and got shark near the boat.
And so you were going hard too.
Oh,
You were going hard on heavy tackle. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, we got this one.
Yeah, and then right there,
Right
they got
there.
him. Anyway,
Right there.
We'll see if we can go and make amends for that one.
They're snapping, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
They're gonna be snapping.
Let's go do it.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna be bigger than that one. That's the only thing. Oh! Oh, doubleheader! Woo! Woo! Woo!
Got him on.
Got him on.
Scott's just this guy. He's just the epitome of the sort of salty sea dog, but he's a marine biologist. He's worked on longliners. He's just done, like, from a marine perspective, you are just not going to find a more knowledgeable guy. And on top of that, he's done charters in Florida, one of the most competitive, or probably the most competitive charter markets in the world. Just the knowledge of different fishing techniques. I mean, he's written books on, how to catch fish on a cruising yacht. Every time you talk to him, there's just a new story that you've never heard. He's just an incredible guy to spend time with on the water.
Still lovely.
Absolute chaos out here. We've got a triple hookup. We're out wide of the reef trying to high speed. Look.
Woo!
Yep. And yeah, we only got 2 of us and 3 rods hooked up. Gotta love it. Off this side. Nice little 20, 25 pounders. Man, that was a Wahoo crash, one of those in the spread.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's try and get this one, see what's going on here. Oh yeah, it's a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one at all. All right, try and get this guy in.
Madmacs, Yellowfin, what a fish. What a fish. We had a triple header. This has been fantastic. Fantastic. They love this Madmacs.
So we're using really heavy tackle on these trips. Using like bent butt 80s or 50 wides to catch Wahoo is really a lot heavier tackle than we ever used to use on charter. We would have used a lighter weight 30 wide trolling, so it's fun. The reason we're out here is to test tackle. So that involves getting the fish in as quick as we can. We want as many repetitions as possible. We're not here, for a charter experience this time. It's all about how many fish can you catch on this lure and how long will it stand up? What changes can we make to make it better? We also need to keep the fish away from the sharks, so trying to get them in as quick as possible. Sharks have always been an issue in a lot of locations where there's a healthy ecosystem and a lot of fish. There were sharks out here 20 years ago, there's still sharks out there. Getting them away from the sharks, it saves our time. We don't want to be releasing sharks and having to deal with that and wasting our time out there. So for us, it's just how many Wahoo can we catch as quick as possible, and that means using heavy tackle. It's not necessarily the most fun way to catch them, but we're there to do a job. Whoa!
Want to go up on the drag a little? Oh, look, jumping.
What was that?
That was my fish. But I don't know.
Still got weight? Yep.
Oh, I just got hit again. Unless it's... There's got to be a new one.
Oh, some angry head shakes there.
Sure.
You'll probably ease that drag down a little if you want to. Up to you.
Whoa, not that much.
Quite violent head shakes going on
A
there.
lot of head shakes. Doesn't like to feel that hook.
That's a nice fish.
Yeah, it is.
He's quite angry still. Look at that, he's got trebles in the mouth. How good's that? Nice Wahoo on the Squidtrex. Pretty good durability test. It's held up well there. Oh, wowzers. Send him back. Nice Wahoo. Off he goes. Good stuff, Scott. Woo. That's awesome. That's a really good,
beauty, man.
Good durability test.
Oh.
Didn't expect a Wahoo to come along and destroy that Squidtrex, but it's nice to know they're capable of handling it. And man, that's the couple of bites we've had there on the Squidtrex from Wahoo. So
Yeah.
we know the Yellowfin like it.
I mean, it really did feel like two. Maybe he got ahead of me, but I don't know.
I think you got 2 bites there. I think he came off and then something else hit it.
Yeah, because he was headed the other way, thrashing around like crazy.
Yeah.
Slack. I mean, you never know. Those things are so fast.
No, but that was.
I think it was 2, but
I think it was
maybe
2.
it was 1.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get it out there and we'll see if we
Yeah,
can find
man.
one of these Yellowfin.
All right.
Good stuff. Oh man, they're busting up on the surface over here. Oh, I'm seeing them jumping. Yellowfin right there. Let's get them.
Oh, baby! Yeah! Yep, I think so. A rough little customer.
Oh, yep, I got him. Oh, yep. On the paws. Oh, absolutely crushed it. I just jig, pause, got him. Nice. Good fun gear. You know, if you're chasing really big tuna, you're gonna want something heavier than this, but these are kind of 30-pound tuna. Really good fun chasing them on this sort of gear. Scott's looking like he might have something a little more serious up there. There it is, Vertrex Max 150 and Squidtrex double on the Yellowfin. Absolutely love the vibration, whether it's a Vertrex or a Squidtrex. These tuna just get really excited by that vibration. A couple of nice fish here, let's get them in the box, hey?
Yeah.
That's awesome. This trip to Frederick, we were trying to catch a couple of doggies, but the Wahoo were just so thick at that time of year. Normally we would fish a little bit later in the year on charter for doggies specifically, but we eventually found a nice one at the end, but they're just such a desirable fish and they're a massive draw card on charter. People just look at the head and the teeth and they just look this prehistoric, angry, crazy fish. Like, where are these things? How do you catch one? You only catch them in these really remote coral atolls, and they kind of live like a snapper, but they're a tuna. They're just a crazy, crazy fish. You know, it was so cool to actually be able to get one at the end. Like fish, just same lens. Even.
Whoa, there we go.
Hello. What do we got here? Yep, put it up. Put it up. Still connected?
Yeah.
Yep, we're still connected.
Idle forward.
Might have to just clear this other line, this short one, so we don't.
Short one,
I
or
reckon.
how about the rigger? Leave it?
I think leave the rigger for the
All right.
moment and we'll
Yeah,
go the
yeah.
short one.
I got you.
Well, been trolling around looking for a dogtooth tuna. I think we got one hooked on here. He's eating the DTX220 run out long. Had a really big run there.
What?
It's not feeling like it's a monster fish, but feels like it's got some nice size to it, this one. Definitely some weight there. I've gone down deep. We've been trolling along this ledge. Scott's just turned the boat and we're just heading out to the east trying to get in a bit of deeper water. This is why we've been using this really heavy gear, to be able to put enough drag on these things to stop them. When we hooked up there, we turned to the east, went into deep water and just put this on full lock in the rod holder, and we've slowed him down. Line here, we're getting close.
Happy with that?
Yeah, this is pretty good. There we got colour, we got dogtooth. Got the silver. Oh yeah, baby.
Sweet.
The yellowtail. Got leader. Woo! There he is.
Look at that. Nice fish. Yeah.
Don't want to take too many risks on this guy. Yes, look at that.
That's a beauty.
Woo!
That's a nice fish.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
a
yeah.
beauty. Look at that.
Look at that.
Wow.
Last day of Frederick, we've been looking for a dogtooth. We made a plan. We made it happen. It's pretty satisfying.
You always come through.
That's so cool. What a fish.
What a fish.
Oh man.
What a fish. They're
That
amazing.
is, they are just incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Well, let's get these hooks out. This guy might release because he hasn't been down and got barra trauma, so let's see if you can get that out. All right, I'm gonna send him back in.
Yeah,
Well, I hope this guy swims off. Come on, buddy. Oh, there he goes. That's awesome.
Kicking.
So good.
Kicking.
How good's that? Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic.
What a fish.
What a fish.
Oh man, what a place. How good's this?
They're just in a class by themselves.
They
There's
are.
nothing else like it.
They are.
I mean, that drags on Sunset.
And well, we needed it to stop him.
Oh, yeah. He
Like,
was smoking.
He was out of there. Like he
And
was straight for the reef. Straight for the reef. That's so cool.
There's such a crazy combination of things.
Yeah. They really are. You look at the
They're a
teeth, like
tuna.
just prehistoric kind of like reef dwelling tuna. Like, yeah,
But
just
they're
the most
oriented
amazing
towards
fish.
that structure. I mean, they go for the structure.
Yeah, they hang there. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, we tagged one years ago, recaptured it on the same point of the reef a year later. I mean,
Incredible.
for a tuna to do that, it's amazing. So, what a place. Tuna, wahoo, doggies, ticked all the boxes. Doesn't get much better than that.
Sure doesn't.
That's so good. Having said that, let's put the lures back in and see if we can get another one. So DTX actually stands for Dogtooth Extreme. That minnow was developed on charter. The idea of a big, heavy-duty, deep-diving minnow that you can troll fast, it always tracks straight, literally came from, I remember the very first trip was actually at Frederick Reef when this concept came of like, why can't we buy anything that does what we need it to do? We're out there as fishing guides, giving guys a trip of a lifetime, and we can't provide them with tackle that works the way it needs to work to catch these fish. And that was really confronting for me, operating charters. Like, okay, how do we provide these guys with the right tackle? It's, to be honest, it was kind of embarrassing that we were giving them stuff, it would catch fish, but it would fall apart, or it wouldn't swim straight, or there was just so many issues. And the Dogtooth was at the center of this kind of problem. You would have these massive, 30 to 100 kilo giant angry fish just crushing these things, and it was all anybody wanted to catch. It was like the absolute pinnacle fish on most trips. So the idea to, okay, we need to make a lure that can actually stand up to these fish, that really is where the DTX minnow started. There was a long, long time and a lot of development, a lot of trial and error and failures, and finally success. But yeah, Frederick Reef, Dogtooth Tuna, that is really where the DTX minnow started.
We had to start to innovate from the first trip. We were drilling holes through teasers and putting cable through and doing anything we could to get something that would hang together. And that was really, I think, a big part of the birth of what Nomad is now. And it's all because of that inaugural baptism by fire in the Coral Sea.